Hey everyone, it's Alan over at Cobblers Plus, and today we're going to do our daily video of our shop update of what's going on today. Not much going on basically, just been kind of another one of those semi-slow weeks. Obviously everyone's still kind of in recovery type of thing, and things are getting back on track now, but we've got a few things here and there. We've just got a pair of Red Wings in right now that need to be resold. Man, these things are in rough shape, so those came in the mail today. We've got Janelle. She's not in today, but she's working on this jacket over here, a leather jacket that she's actually going to be adding a gi from jiu-jitsu as the liner in it, which is kind of a cool project. We'll see how that goes. She's trying out weird things, and her coach basically requested having a gi for a liner, in other words. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't want to mess with it personally. It's one of those things that just, I don't know. I don't want to mess with it too much. Got some Birkenstocks gonna be worked on here. I finally got some Lulu toe plates for these guys. The Lucchese ostrich leg that, yeah, they're taking a little bit longer than expected. I ran out of the Lulu toe plates in the 40 millimeter width, which is what we typically use on a lot of the Western boots if they're getting the Lulu. And I only had one left. Not a pair, but one individual one. It sucks. So I was a little on the frustrated side about that, but we finally got them in and they're finally going. Marcus Fisher, he shined up my Florsheim Imperials for me, but unfortunately I gotta redo the bottoms. Yes, they're a Goodwill buy. Look at that. As I say, 19. Can't read it backwards. Yeah, 19. It says 19 bucks I got them. I got two pairs of Florsheim Imperials that I got a while ago, and I've been wanting to refurbish them for myself and, have a couple pairs of Florsheims. But unfortunately, it didn't work out the way I wanted to. So, yeah. Another thing we just got in, this is for a rush. This gentleman needs the saddlebags for his motorcycle taken care of. We're going to be just changing out some straps. He's on a road trip on his motorcycle. He's about to be going over the Rockies on Monday. He's like, I need these. I'm like, I don't like doing rush jobs. I really don't, just because one, it screws up schedules. And the other thing is that I feel like I'm doing kind of like a shady off job basically, and I don't want to do rush jobs, but gentleman's traveling and it's understandable, so I'm gonna have to make sure to get those done so he can pick them up tomorrow and get him hooked up to his bike and get ready to go. But anyways, yeah, we've got all that going on. Let me come back around here. Marcus was hammering away at some shoes over here. Got a pair of Allen Edmonds. These guys here, you may have seen on his post some pictures. Got some Magnanis. I think those two pairs we're probably gonna post on eBay. Those were actually ones I found at a thrift store, and I was hoping they would fit me. I like to go to thrift stores and see if I could find anything interesting and just refurbish it if I have the time. But if I don't have the time, then they just sit there collecting dust and taking up room. So hopefully I'll be able to get some of them refurbished. But those two pairs there, they're in great shape. They're very slightly used. Marcus did a great job of restoring the uppers on them. So him and we might be looking into possibly posting them and selling them maybe like on eBay or something. We don't know yet where. But yeah, just keep an eye on our Facebook page or Instagram. We'll maybe leave a link in the description somewhere about those posts. So if you want to grab your hands or grab those and get your hands on them, let me just double check what sizes these were. So the Magnanis, the ankle boots here, they're a 9.5, still in fairly good shape. And then the bone, something like that, Allen Edmond, also in good shape. Heels have like almost never been worn even. They just seem a little dirty. We'll just clean up the bottoms a little bit. Those were 10.5 D width. So if you want some blue suede shoes with a red Vibram crepe sole, keep an eye out for that, or send me a message or something, and I'll maybe set them aside, give me an offer on them. I don't know what they're going for right now on those guys. One thing I would like to answer, there was kind of like a question that somebody posted on YouTube the other day. They were asking, can you mirror shine CXL leather? CXL leather is an oil type leather. It's heavily infused with fats and oils. And so if you put any kind of wax on there, that's why the conditioners that you use on them don't actually have any waxes in them. Basically, those waxes have nothing to bind to. They try to bind to the oils, and then so they just sit there. And because they just sit there over top, you know, obviously on display purposes, they may look nice and shiny. You might get a mirror shine. But as soon as you take one step, okay, maybe 2 or 3 steps, you might be able to push it for, that wax cracks and crumbles off very quickly and very easily. So, no, not a good idea to shine CXL or oiled leathers just for that reason, because you're basically just putting wax over top of an oil. You try doing that, you get a bucket of oil, drip some hot wax in there, the stuff floats. You take it out, neither one of those two basically bind to each other. That's it. The compounds, the particular cellular structure of those two ingredients, they do not cooperate. There's no way to bind them together. They don't work. Sorry, that's the case. All right, where was I? But what I was saying was that if you're wanting to test out yourself and try to do something abnormally crazy and do a mirror shine on CXL leather or oiled leather, you'd have to find a way to basically take out that infusion of all those oils and fats, and that can take you quite some time, and it's going to damage the leather basically, just to try to forcefully remove everything. And I mean, you're almost going to have to, you know, dip it in acetone or some form of thinning agent to like really break down all those oils and everything significantly, and you have to like go through a process of washing it in order to strip it down to that kind of extent to be able to take on, you know, just about any kind of wax whatsoever. That's the same thing. Also, I've seen questions like that too about dyeing CXL leather. That's the same problem that you come into. One, because of those oils and those fats, you just don't know what the reaction might end up being, about you know, how that dye is going to be accepted by that leather. Now, obviously, if you order a hide, say from Horween Leather Company, the guys that really tan a lot of the leathers for like Allen Edmonds and a number of other shoe brands out there, the Horween Leather Company basically dyes it beforehand, or they do it during the process of tanning. They add color pigment to it so it's able to accept that color dye. But after it's already done, changing the color on CXL, chrome tanned leather, whatever you want to call it. Some people actually call it, well, that is what it is basically. CXL is chrome tanned leather is what they call it. Basically, you're not going to be able to get all those dyes to be able to bypass the oils to be able to absorb into the leather directly, because all those oils are so infused and they're just surrounding all the fiber structure of the leather. So no, unfortunately, mirror shine will not work, at least not properly. And no, dyeing them, same thing, not a good idea. I mean, it can be dyed, but how long that's going to last you, it could maybe last you a couple of days, maybe if you're lucky a couple of months, but I never see it lasting, you know, a couple of years ever. Just because, again, if you take the inside of CXL leather, I don't know if I have anything equivalent to, I've got a pair of Chippewas here, right there. See, if you press out, see that little light spot that appears when you press out? Let me try this spot right here. See how it lightens up right there, just enough, and then darkens. Those are all the oils being shifted around in the leather. When you press from the inside of the boot or shoe outward, all those oils are just shifting around. Basically, they're like just freestanding there. So that's what the issue is with that. Sorry, keep getting interrupted. Anyways, I hope that answered a few questions for a number of you avid shoe enthusiasts, those of you who are new to footwear, those of you who are first time hearing about CXL leather. Again, CXL leather is basically oiled leather. Some companies call it rough out leather as well. Some of it call it, like, what was it? Push leather, I believe it was, or something along those lines. There's a number of names that companies name it basically, but it's it all comes down to being the same material. It's basically full grain leather that's been heavily infused with oils, and now it's oiled leather. So there you go. That kind of narrows it down, so that for future reference, if you're seeing another brand or a company that has an oil type leather and they have a different name for it, the other one was push up leather. Push up leather, I guess, is the other one, because when you push up on it, it lightens up in color. Push up leather, by the way, oiled leather, CXL leather, whatever you call it. There's only a few products you really want to use on it. You don't want to use anything that has waxes on it, so avoid that, because it's just going to sit over top. It doesn't do much justice to it to have a product with wax in there, just because it settles over top, it cracks, it looks funny. If you used some before in the past, it's fine. It just, over a period of time, that wax starts to build up and it starts to look bad, in other words. So I thought I'd point that out real quick. Use proper products for something little to no wax. We like to use the Saphir oiled cream, also nicknamed the greasy cream. There's one from the Beauty to Cure line, the BDC. There's another one from the Medal Dior line, the MDO line. So that's what we recommend highly on using on there. There are other great products. Big Four is pretty good. They also have a few other ones out there that apparently work out well too, but I don't trust Big Four all that much, just because they're very secretive, at least about their key ingredients for each product. So I can't tell you which one's best out of those. So disclaimer, in other words, I recommend Big Four. If so, in that case, does not mean I'm 100% guaranteeing that it's going to be better than Saphir. I don't know. Saphir, I'm more confident in their product because I know what's in there. At least the key stuff. The stuff that they don't write on there. Obviously, every company has to have its little secrets, so there are no companies coming in and making fakes of it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the quick shop update. Not much going on again today, so hopefully I'll get things caught up. Ooh, I will show these guys here. Got my Red Wing shoes, also a thrift store buy. I think they were like $6. Red Wing shoes. I haven't seen too many Red Wing shoes, by the way. Comment down below if you have a pair of Red Wing shoes, not boots. I've seen tons of boots. I've got a bunch of them around the shop here. Shoes. If you got Red Wing shoes, comment down below and share the pictures in the Red Wing groups and some of the other groups, like on Facebook. There's a Red Wing official group as well, North American Shoe Rebuilders, and even send them to our page too, Cobblers Plus on Facebook. Love to see them. That's really cool. Red Wing shoes are like, it makes me laugh a little bit, because they're shoes. They're infamous for their boots, but you got Red Wing shoes. So they're my pair. I got them at Goodwill or some thrift store, and I'm going to recraft them. So stay tuned for that video. I'm going to try to do a video on those ones. That's like almost a must for me. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video on the update. Hope that answered a quick question. If you have any other questions, comment down below. I'll try to start answering them more in video format, just because I'm starting to get a little more and more messages and comments, and it's starting to get hard to keep up, especially with the newborn baby and everything going on and trying to get back on track. It's getting a little difficult for me, so I do apologize to all of you who have been asking questions. If I missed your question, I'll try to make sure to go through as many of them as I can and respond, but some of these questions I'd like to make a video on so that everybody knows. And CXL Leather question guy, I forgot what your name was on YouTube. I appreciate that question. It's a great question, and thank you for asking that. And now we can answer that question once and for all, and hopefully people know and understand. Anyways, like and subscribe if you like this video. I know it's just a shop update basically. Some people don't really care, but otherwise, if you did like it, give me a thumbs up. And if you're interested in knowing more about footwear, the cobbler industry, shoe repair, products that we recommend, brands that we recommend, make sure to hit that notification bell icon and stay tuned for future videos that we'll be posting daily, Monday through Friday. Recraft videos on Saturdays, and Sundays, Soul Talk Sunday, when we finally try to get it all going. I actually have a video scheduled already. Sweet, right? All right, we'll see you all later.